What's up? Black men's fitness is a representation of self preservation. Now, you're a black man trying to self improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man. I have a deep dive guide on all the things of learning who to look up to in black history, eating healthier, having a more calisthenics based workout, eating healthier, and also becoming more financially literate and learning to come together with other black men on a weekly basis to self improve and to gain a grounded identity in being a black man. It's important for me to internalize that. It's important for you to internalize that as a black man. If you're interested in that, the link for that will be in the bio section of my YouTube channel. Click on my channel, click on that link in the bio section and internalize that to be the strongest version of yourself as a black man. Now, diving into the video, when we start to look at self-love and we start to look at what you do to maintain yourself as a man and to maintain your happiness and your dignity and your confidence, we start to see that a lot of men that you see that may claim to be confident or may claim to love themselves, if you let your body get fat, if you let your body wither away, if you let your body decay, you are actively showing, or you're actively telling yourself subconsciously that you don't care about yourself, right? And I used to be one of those guys that didn't think health was that important. I used to think, oh, it's money, it's a whole bunch of other things. It's about how smart you are and all this type of stuff. But a smart person, an intelligent person, a common sense person knows that they should take care of their bodies to have a high quality life as long as possible. And I think in the black community, we start to see a lack of black men taking care of their bodies because we care way more about looks rather than what's really there. I'm a guy that's not a fashionable guy, or I don't dress up and all that type of stuff, which I should take that more serious, but that's not the point. The point is that the the biggest representation of your confidence when it comes to what people see is how your body is, how your physique is, how healthy you are, how strong you are, right? That is going to be the biggest sign that you love yourself and that you're taking care of yourself and that you want to stay fit as long as possible. You want to stay happy as long as possible. That any black dudes that I see that work out, they always have a more disciplined and more structured life, right? Obviously you can run into people who like the gym for other reasons, for for the looks, for to try to get a girl to like them, or try to for some superficial reason, right? But the thing that I'm understanding is you should always stay fit as a black man for your self preservation, to stay healthier longer, to stay happy longer, to remain in that youthful state as long as possible, man. Because life is all about how you treat yourself, right? Life is what you make it. It's a lot of people. Like, one thing that gets me, bro, I've seen guys I've seen guys that, like, one of the you can run across videos on the internet and you can see the guys who do calisthenics, and it can be like a 50-year-old man or a 70-year-old man, and they be like in great shape. They be in better shape than a lot of dudes that be in their early 20s and stuff, right? And I think a lot of black men, we look over the fact that we're gonna get older. We look over the fact that we have to continue to train ourselves physically. I think that plays a big role in how strong we are overall. If we have a movement, if we have an organization of men and they're fat and out of shape and they don't take care of themselves and they're not agile and strong and fast, what does that really say about the movement? Because a movement should not only embody how mentally strong we are, but it should embody how physically strong we are, how physically capable we are, right? I'm a guy. I'm not that much big of a guy, but I'm not a weak guy, right? I'm around 5'8", 5'9", 100, around 145 to 150 pounds, and I feel as though that is something that's important, man. That's important. Not saying we all gotta be looking like bodybuilders, but we all should take care of our bodies, man. We all should strive to be fit, strong, healthy, fast. And that's not even a personal thing. I think that if we just had all black men focused on that, not on trying to be a sports player, but I'm just talking about on the health standpoint and on the standpoint of being capable as a man, right? As a black man. And there's so many times where they want to make a black man just be useful for his body. I'm telling you that you shouldn't just look at your body and think that's all the value you have. No, right? But a part of you being strong is having a strong body, and try to use the fitness aspect to gain mental toughness, mental strength. So when you go out into the more intellectual arena, like going to school or college or some specific studying, you know, that discipline you built through getting healthier and stronger and building up your fitness, use it in those ways. Because a lot of times what we see is a lot of black dudes. We think that if we can get to the NBA or we can go to the NFL, then we're gonna be good. So we gotta use our body to get us into this place of happiness and success. When in reality, it should be more of what the habit of training yourself, of training your body. It's the habit of disciplining yourself, doing it, making progress, right? You can use that into the more intellectual areas of life or the areas where you have to use your mind a lot more. Black men shouldn't be in areas of life where their body is going to get them success. I don't believe that we should be focused on that. I'm not saying that if you're talented and you're a good basketball player or a football player, obviously do that, but don't compromise your mind. Always make sure your mind is being used to the fullest extent. And that's one thing I've been trying to learn and master myself, using my mind, learning stuff, getting better with using my brain instead of asking ChatGPT all the time or anything like that. But that's not what the video is about. The video is just this is me trying to point out why it's important to preserve your strength, to preserve your fitness, preserving your health. That plays a big role in the quality of people you're going to run into, right? Because a big reason why a lot of people, because nowadays we're getting more to a place where people are emotional and you can't say stuff, and you hear all these different terms like you're fat phobic or you're this phobic or that phobic. I hate when people in the black community start using stuff like that, because we have to understand that no nobody really cares about how healthy and how fit you are. Really, that's really a personal individual thing. So we can't let our emotions stop us from taking care of ourselves, right? And a lot of the times, bro, it can be laziness. Like me, personally, I've never had a struggle with like fitness as much because I've been skinny for a long time, or I was skinny starting off, but it was always a natural thing that I love to do. But but I got more disciplined once I started seeing progress because I wanted to keep making progress. But that's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.